How's it? Welcome back. So I had an interesting comment come in that I thought would be fun to go ahead and shoot a quick response to. And it came in on the YouTube side of things from one of the regulars on the channel. This guy, Absolute, who comments a lot and helps to pump up that YouTube algorithm. So mahalo for that. Anyway, the comment was essentially getting at like, where would I rate my level? And I think he was talking mostly about like my lucid dreaming practice. But I'm going to take that and broaden it out a bit to be like all the three main things I tend to talk about. So lucid dreaming, meditation, and then of course, hypnagogic meditation, because I honestly probably talk about that shit the most out of anybody on the internet. And as of late, I've been like talking that topic into the dirt. So I'll throw that one in there too. And then anyway, we'll go ahead and hop into the question. So can you do a video where you talk about what stage you're at, how experienced you are, and what your goals are? Like, would you like to be an omni-lucid? So whenever I hear omni-lucid, just for me personally, I tend to think of that as being like always lucid in all stages of your life. So not just in REM style dreams, which is what I think omni-lucid actually means. But when I think about it, I think, if you're omni-lucid, you're lucid in all of your REM dreams, in all stages of sleep, and then, all the time when you're full on wide awake as well. So that is essentially, like, at least to me, like what my definition of being enlightened would be. And so would I like to be that? Sure, I guess that would be cool. Although that's definitely not no goal of mine, and I never ever expect to hit it. And then also, before I answer the question, though, I like this last part of his comment as well. I also believe if you can manipulate or lie to yourself so strongly and genuinely believe that you are, then you will be one. And it's hard having, but it's hard having a will that's strong for most people, other than him, which I think is funny and dope thing to say. All right, so so what stage am I at? What will go first? I guess we'll do lucid dreaming first. So what stage would I say I'm at with my lucid dreaming? I don't know. Above average, but definitely not no master. I guess if you could throw it like on a scale from 1 to 10. So 10 being, I guess, lucid in every single dream, which I think is essentially impossible, by the way. I don't think anybody is ever that, although I've heard people say they are. I would doubt it personally, although maybe it's possible. So that would be like always lucid in every dream. That'd be a 10. 0 is you like you've never had a lucid dream in your life. And we'll say 5. If 5 is like the average. God, I should have thought about this more. So fuck, average. So the average lucid dreams, I think most people in the world have probably had lucid dreams in their life. So we'll say like if you've had like a few lucid dreams in your life, I can't give you a 5. We'll give that like a 2 or 3 or something, right? So we'll say like a 5 is having it. Man, I should have thought about this more. Say if 5 is having it like once a month. But then again, it shouldn't even be how often you have it. It should be what you're able to do in them. I don't know. It's taking too much thought. I'll just say I'll give myself like a 7 or 8. How's that? Okay. And then what was the other part of it? How experienced are you? I do think I am fairly experienced lucid dreaming. I've been doing it for a long time, relatively consistently since I was like 13 or so. So pretty experienced. I definitely waste a lot of time just fun and pleasure seeking and doing not deep shit with my lucid dreams. So that's very true though. And what are my goals with it? My goals with it are to get better at teaching it. That's my actual goal with it. All right. And then when it comes to, say, meditation, what stage am I at in my meditation? As far as it comes to people who truly meditate a lot, for that, I would say like if 5 is the average person who actually has a practice, so not just like the average public person, because I definitely am far more advanced than them. But if you take like the average serious meditator, man, I want to put myself below that, honestly. But I would say, fuck, I give myself like a 5 at the most for my meditation practice. Although I do meditate a lot. If you tried to put me up against like some Buddhist monk meditator, in that case, I shouldn't be a 5. It should be like a fucking 3 or something like that. So my meditation practice, I'm not too sure. But then when it comes to my hypnagogic practice, I guess what's my goal with meditating? I don't know. My goal with meditating is just to get better at teaching it. I think that might be my answer for all of this stuff, actually. Okay, then when it comes to hypnagogic stuff, I don't know what 10 would be, but I got to be high on that freaking list because I can do that very well and often. So I give myself that maybe like a 8 or 9. What's up, my son?
I got this stuck on my hand.
Goodbye.
Just because Demon got it. Rubble in his hand.
Alright, so where was I at? I think I was talking about hypnagogic stuff. So for that, I would rate myself relatively high. I mean, I can't say I'm a 10 by any means, but give myself at least like an 8 on that shit or something. I think I am quite experienced in it for sure, because I can essentially do that on command. I can get at least to the early stages of hypnagogia, like whenever, you know, give me enough time to lie down, get comfortable, start drifting towards sleep. I can hit the early stages of it 100% guaranteed. And what are my goals with it? Again, same thing there. Would like to get better at teaching. Obviously, it's about bedtime for my kids, so I gotta end this shit. And that was a fun question to answer. Until the next video, keep your hobbies, because these are all my hobbies. Legit. On second thought, when it comes to hypnagogia, I gave myself an 8, but I think I'm going to have to bump that up to a 9. Not a 10 by any means. I'm sure there's more I can learn about it, and I know I can get better at teaching it and things like that. But no kidding. At least as far that I have seen, I think I'm like the single person on the internet that has covered this topic the deepest and come at it from angles that I've seen just about nobody else come at it from, such as learning to control it similar to how you would a lucid dream, and it working out very similar mental muscles, such as being able to walk this fine line between, you know, too little effort and too much effort, thus, you know, totally waking yourself up or getting caught up in the narrative and losing your lucidity. Basically the same kind of tightrope you got to walk when you're controlling a lucid dream, and then also being able to access it consistently without the help of hemisync or binaural beats, or need to, you know, be a Tibetan Buddhist monk in the Himalayas for years. You know, simply doing it by watching the falling asleep process and learning that shit, right? And so, yeah. So anyway, because I come at it from that unique angle, and I can get there essentially on command given the correct circumstances, which all that's got to be is just give me time to lie down, sleep, and not be bothered. And I can get to it literally every single time. So because of that, I'm bumping that shit up to a 9.